So we're back at it again with simultaneous equations. Part A. Write down an equation to illustrate this information. So we need to take this information and put it into an equation. So what do we have here? We have cement and gravel. So 7 bags of cement. That could be written as, it could be written as 7C, where C is equal to cement, and we have 7 of them, hence 7. And then we have 3 bags of gravel, which could be written as 3G, so plus 3G. I'm using little letters here. And then finally, what does that equal? The total weight of these bags was 215 kilograms, which is equal to 215. There. I'd leave the units out and then put them back in at the end, just to make it easier for yourself. Right, so, get that away. So, same thing applies to part B, whereas we have 5 bags of cement, so that is 5C, same method, 4 bags of gravel, I'll use the same colour. Oh, I should have used purple there, shouldn't I? Anyway, plus 4 bags of gravel, and that is equal to 200 kilograms. Do this in, what should we do? Pink. 200. There's your part B. So in part C, we're being asked to calculate the weight of 1 bag of cement and the weight of 1 bag of gravel. Now, so what do we do for this one? Well, because it's part C, it's the same question as this one. That would indicate that we need to use our previous answers. So you take the 2 equations, that's how I do it, write them, this is using the elimination method, write them one above the other, here and here. Then, in this, what we need to do is, because we can't solve an equation with 2 unknowns, we need to get rid of one. Well, how do you do this? What you can do is you can multiply each equation so that we get rid of one of these unknowns. So, for example, here I've chosen to get rid of the G. So what I did was, I know, so I have a positive 3G here and a positive 4G. Now I know that the lowest common multiple of those is 12. Hence, I multiplied the top by 4, so I would get 12G on top, which can be seen here. And I multiplied the bottom by -3, because I'm adding these 2 equations down here. So if I multiply the bottom by -3, I get -12. And positive 12 plus -12 is 0. So, what does that mean? If something's 0, well, we don't bother writing zeros, do we? So, you've eliminated it, and so you can see that down here. Going back to our original equations, make sure you multiply this entire equation and this entire equation by whatever number that you've chosen to do there. Because it is an equation, so whatever you do to one thing, you need to do to the others. Hence, 7C times 4 is 28C here. We've gone over the 12G. And 215 times 4 is 860. For the lower one, I've done -3 times 5 is -15. So I've done that. Gone over the 12, and -3 times 200 is -600. Now you could have also chosen to go rid of the C's here if you wanted to. If you wanted to get rid of the C's, what you would have done is, probably the lowest common multiple of 7 and 5 is 35. So I would have multiplied the top by 5, and then multiplied the bottom by -7. And that would have eliminated, so down here I have C's, you would have had G's. So I would have been solving this first, and then this second, if I had done it that way, whereas the way I've done it, I'm solving for C first, then solving for G. So, continuing on to this, we add these 2 together, and then we solve the equation. So 28C plus -15C is 13C, because when you add a negative, it's just to subtract. Positive 12G, add -12G, again, is 0 because when you add a negative, it's a subtract. And 860 plus negative 600 is 860 negative 600, which is 260. Now, so we have now 13c is equal to 260. So what do? Well, we divide the 260 by the 13, nice and easy, to get our answer of 20. So that c equals 20 means that 1 bag of cement weighs 20 kilograms. So how do we find the weight of the gravel? Well, now that we know the value of c, we can substitute it into one of our original equations. Now, it doesn't matter which one you choose. I'll pick a different colour. You can choose either one, usually the one that, whatever one stands out to you. I chose to do the bottom one just because the numbers are lower as a whole. And I knew that 5 times 20 was 100, so it gave me quite nice round numbers. So I wrote when c is equal to 20, just to make that very clear, then 5 times 20 plus 4g is equal to 200. So then I did the multiplication. That went here, just so I could get it in a nice order. Solved for this. I'm going to assume you know how to solve this. I think you should, if you're doing that 5 by now. So then I got g is equal to 25. So 1 bag of gravel is equal to 25 kilograms. So the final part of this question is really important because you have to communicate your answer and put the units back in. So then 1 bag of gravel is 25 kilograms and then 1 bag of cement is 20 kilograms. So that's how you would do this. Hi everyone, thanks for watching. Hope this helped you and learn how to do these questions because they can be worth quite a lot of marks. I didn't mention it, but I think this one was worth 7, which is quite a lot. So